This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 20 North Aviador Street, Camarillo, California, 93010. Today is July 22nd, 2022. We're performing a video sewer reinspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located at the front of the building. This is the front of our building here. This goes out towards our property here. The jetting truck. This goes around over here. And we're right next to the hose bib. And just going to go ahead and zero out our camera monitor here at the top of the cleanout. What we're going to do is we're going to pause our mic for a moment. We're just going to drop down and just try to get our skid ball head. We did put a skid ball on the top of our camera just to lift our camera up a little bit so we can be a little bit up out of the water, because we do still have, the line had been hydrojetted, but with the hydrojetting it just removed some of the debris and the buildup and stuff that was building up in the area, so possibly we can take a good look at some of these joints. But there is still some areas that are holding water, and the units are still flushing the toilets and running sinks inside the unit, so we still did have some water passing through. So again, we're just going to drop down here. We're going to pause our mic for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and were able to get in that area there. So again, we're just going to continue to push out. What we'll do is we'll push again all the way out to our city sewer tie-in, take a good look. So again, as I mentioned, we did have an offset in these joints, and this is initially just ran the hydrojetter through. We're able to clean some of this line and get some of this buildup and stuff out of the line. As you can see, the line appears to be a little bit cleaner, but again, we still do have a couple areas there that have bellies and that are holding water. Again, neoprene bands exposed in those joints. So again, we're just going to continue to push out. And more neoprene bands that expose the joint there. We make a little bit of a turn. And again, I do have a skid ball, which is basically a round ball that goes up and over our camera, and it kind of lifts our camera up a little bit so that we're not resting on the bottom. Lifts us up probably approximately an inch or so higher, so that we're kind of riding above the water there. So we're just doing that so that possibly we can get through those bellies and be able to see a little bit more. You can see got a little bit of neoprene band as well exposed in that joint from about the 1 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 9 o'clock. So again, multiple joints in the vitreous clay sewer line pipe and fittings did have neoprene bands exposed. And again, as you can see here, no many neoprene bands. And again, this area here, we are holding some water still in this area. Still got some debris there at the bottom, but again, very difficult to try to wash all that out. So again, we did get a lot of it out. We still have a little bit of residual left behind, but again, we did put a skid ball on so we can get up and over those areas and just kind of take a good look. So again, we're just continue to push out. Again, still holding a little bit of water in this area. We just continue to push out. As we continue to push out, we'll come up to our test tee area here, and again, that's right around the sidewalk. I'm sorry, right around the grass area at the front of the property. So again, we'll just continue to push out. And we're coming up on our test tee area here. As you can see, right around the 12 o'clock, you do have a fairly large offset from about the 9 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 3 o'clock. So that pipe there does have a fairly good shift in it. And again, you can see there's our test tee. That's where, right around the curb, the grass area there just next to the curb at the front of the property. And from there, we're going to push in. And then we did hydrojet this area here, again, to try to push out some of this debris, but you can see we're still holding water. The water is obviously a lot clearer now because we were able to get out a lot of that debris. So we're just going to push through slowly and possibly be able to take a good look. And again, even with the skid ball on, you can see that we're still, you know, just barely right above our water line there. So again, we were unable to see these joints before as well. So again, a little bit of gap in that joint there. With the skid ball, we're kind of pushing some of this debris as well, getting it pushed out. Again, a little bit of a gap in that joint as well. So again, we're just continuing to push out. And what I'll do is, I'm just going to attempt to push out and get all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. And then from there, we'll pull back. It's just a little difficult to try to push in slowly. So again, we'll come up and up out of that area. We'll make a little bit of a turn, and we'll drop down into our city sewer tie-in. We'll pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we went ahead and pushed all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back slowly. And again, this is our city sewer tie-in here. You can see there. We're able to push out some of this debris, get some of that debris out. Again, we'll make a little bit of a turn. And again, now that we're pulling back, we're able to see a little bit more of the joints as we pull back. But again, as we pull back, we're going to be pulling back into that belly area that's in the middle of the street. So again, we do have a skid ball on, so we're sitting up a little bit higher so we can see the joints. Again, we're just going to pull back slowly. And those joints thus far those joints appear to be in fair condition. Again, it's just the belly. You do have a fairly large belly in this area that's just holding this water and debris. So very difficult to try to push out and see the joint complete. So again, we were able to wash out some of that debris, some of that buildup, in order to get our camera in to be able to see this area. But once they start flushing toilets and running more water, and debris is going to run down and get caught up in this area. So again, we're just continuing to pull back. Again, a little bit of an offset in that joint there. As I pull back, I could feel the offset there up against the camera as we pull back. Again, we're just going to continue to pull back. Again, there's our test tee area there. And again, you can see a large offset there at the top from about the 9 o'clock going around to about the 3 o'clock. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And we just continue to pull back. Again, we did take a good look at these joints, and a lot of the joints do have the neoprene band exposed in the joints and do have some offsets. But again, this area here, again, is another flat area, and it's holding water, holding a little bit of debris. As you can see, the little bit of debris there at the bottom. But again, we were able to push out a lot of the water, so now we can actually see some of this. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. And once I get back to the office, I'll watch the video again and view it, and basically take a really good look at it once we get back to the office as well. So again, a little more debris, a little more buildup there. But again, very difficult to try to hydrojet and push all that debris and buildup out. into the city sewer without holding back some of the water and stuff as well. So some of the debris got pushed out, and then a little bit of the debris was left behind. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. We'll make a little bit of a turn, coming back up onto the property, heading back towards our clean out. And again, as you can see, these joints here got quite a bit of neoprene bands exposed in these joints. As you can see there, more neoprene band exposed in the joints. Again, another offset there from about the 9 o'clock going around to about the 3 o'clock. And we pull back and transition back into our black ABS sewer pipe. And we're going to pull back and we're going to pull up and out of our clean out. And that will conclude our video, waste and sewer line reinspection.